What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, do you hear that? Do you hear that really terrible rattling noise? That's what we're talking about. The $90 eBay cutout on my truck, and as of right now, I'm not very pleased with it. Surprise, surprise, who could have guessed? But it did well for a little bit. We'll dive into all that, but first, I'm trying to find a place that we can get some good revs in, and I found this parking garage, but I don't think we'll make it under 6.8. I think we might be cutting it a little too close. Well, that was just the antenna. Antenna's fine. Yeah, I'd say we don't make it in this parking garage. So we're gonna have to find a different place to do this. Just give me 1 sec. Oh yeah, that's better. All right, we're in a better spot. I wanted to go to a parking garage because you'll actually be able to hear a lot better what's going on because there's enough walls for it to bounce off of. So I don't remember the name of the seller, but this is my exhaust cutout, which currently is too hot to touch, so I'm not gonna touch it. But as you can see, it's just a real simple Y pipe, and this valve right here either opens or closes. So I had a few problems with this. First off, when they originally sent this out, the valve itself was the wrong size, so it couldn't actually open and close in the pipe. It was sandwiched shut. The seller was really good about that. I got the right one. There's no problems there. But the other thing I was skeptical about is the wiring that opens and closes the valve is literally, it's like speaker wire almost. Literally has the yellow end like the audio you'll plug into a speaker. So the wire runs all the way down up through the floor, and I have it hardwired in my truck. But this is what it comes with. So normally the end just plugs into a cigarette outlet. We cut it, spliced it, hardwired it, so it's always got power. This is the controller. It is Bluetooth only, which I don't love. I wish they had a hardwired version of it. But like I said, this was only $90, so couldn't ask for very much. So I will say, this cutout worked great for about a month, maybe 2 months. And in that time, I probably put 1,000, 1,500 miles on the truck. But then it slowly started to sound like it had an exhaust leak. It got worse, there's rattling. At this point, it is so loud and so annoying, the rattling from it coming loose in there, that I would almost rather have the valve open and go deaf from running open headers. But I don't actually want to go deaf, so I drive around and just have it sound like crap. So I'm kind of at a splitting point here where I don't know if I want to try another valve from a different company, or if I just want to take it out completely and not have the open headers option. Still kind of deciding on that. So we'll start it up so you can hear the differences. I'm gonna splice in some driving footage of when the exhaust did work well. I have some revving footage of that too. So right now is gonna be valve closed when it worked well. Right? It sounded pretty good. That's why I'm kind of considering just welding the pipe back together and taking the whole cutout out and just having it regular, because it still sounds good. It's quiet enough that it's not obnoxious. I can still listen to music, but it's still strong enough that I'm okay with how it sounds. So I'm gonna start it up right now, and we'll get some revs and stuff with the valve closed as it is now. Some idling, some revs, just so you can hear how much rattling is actually going on. How bad that is rattling, and two, if I close the valve, it goes back to rattling like that within a couple seconds. I'll show you right now. Closing the valve, and it's back. Not quite as bad yet, but it's already back. Okay, so it still sounds pretty damn good, but the rattling from the cutout drives me nuts. I'm gonna move you to this side because this is technically the side the exhaust dumps out of, even though it's leaking enough that it might not matter. It sounds like garbage. It sounds like an exhaust leak. It is an exhaust leak. It doesn't just sound like it. I straight up have an exhaust leak now because this valve has failed. If you guys have cutout companies to recommend, let me know, because I probably am gonna try another valve before I eliminate it completely. I just don't know what would be a good option because I've never actually really shopped around for them before this truck, and I wanted to do a video on getting the cheap eBay one. And now that it's failed, I wanna do a nicer one that won't fail. So let me know if you know companies. Should we open the valve? I'm gonna open the valve real quick, give you some revs, and then get out of here because this is a business's parking lot and I don't wanna get in trouble, so. It sounds so good with that valve open. I don't know if I can get myself to go back to not having a cutout. Okay, that was about 10 times louder than with the valve closed. So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. It's so loud. Ooh, breaking loose a little bit right there. Since we're in an area with some buildings right now for sound to bounce off of, I'm gonna close the valve. You can immediately hear it go away, and then the rattle comes back, and you're gonna see, can you hear the rattle? It drives me nuts. I don't know how well you can hear it in the camera, but and now we're on the freeway. You can see the noise is pretty reasonable with the valve closed. When I'm on the freeway, there's enough road noise and other things going on that I can't really hear the valve, so it doesn't bug me so much on the freeway. It's more around town driving. As much as I love how deep and aggressive it sounds when the valve is open, I think it's too loud for me to deal with all the time, because right now I'm comfortable. I don't have to wear earplugs. It's nice, and I still drive this truck on the freeway and daily drive it enough that that's a big factor for me. I'm gonna open up the valve. While we're driving, you can hear the sound difference. So it's quite a bit louder, and I mean, maybe it might not seem like a ton, but over time, if I had to downshift like I just did, this gets old. So because of that, if I try a new valve and it doesn't work, I think I'm just gonna go back to regular exhaust. I'm not gonna have a cutout in there if I can't find something that works properly. There you have it. Those are my opinions on the $90 eBay cutout. I would say not worth it. So far I haven't found anything that is, but I'm gonna keep looking. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have some merch soon, so keep your eye out for that. We'll be doing some car giveaways with that as well. Share the video, like the video, let us know in the comments what kind of content you want to see. See you on the next one.